following number will then climb to the next number. That means that you have completed the full 1 kilometer of driving. Therefore, again, the odometer is not as accurate to measure shorter distances, and that's why the trundle wheel is there. Okay, now we have dealt with the first section, section of the lesson, which was measurement. Now we are going all the way back down to we are going all the way back down to mass and weight. Now, what is mass and weight? We are measured by weight. Alright, so mass or weight refers to how light or heavy an object is. We measure mass and weight in milligrams or grams or kilograms, even tons. We use different kinds of scales in different situations to measure mass and weight. If my tongue twists, mass is a very hard word for me to say for some reason, so if my tongue twists, please, I'm sorry. Okay, so remember, you must know the following conversions for testing and examinations. I would like all the students to please draw this block in their books. So the first one, I would like you to draw the conversion as well. If you look at this one, it still is 1,000. Okay, all three of them is 1,000. When we get down to further in the lesson, you will notice that it is 10, 100, 1,000. Do not get confused. Okay, mass and weight is converted by thousands. Okay, so I will give you some time in a minute to draw the tables so that you have that in your book for studying purposes. Okay, measuring instruments. Now, we use a kitchen scale to weigh small quantities of food or ingredients for a recipe. Kitchen scales are divided into grams and kilograms, and they sometimes weigh a mass of up to 5 kgs or kilograms. So, don't decide to go and sit on a kitchen scale, because it's going to peak out, it's going to reach, where's my mouse? It's going to reach the maximum there, and most likely, because we are all much heavier than 20 kgs, even 50 kgs, we will break the scale. So don't go and try and measure yourself, because this is not going to work. Sorry, I'm just quickly checking if there's any comments. Okay. So now if you look at the kitchen scale here, and you go down to this scale over here, this is generally known as a bathroom scale. Alright, not because it is always in the bathroom. Most people keep it in the bathroom because it's easier once you're out the shower or the bath to quickly step onto it and check your weight. But this can be kept in various other places in your house. We use a bathroom scale to measure our body weight. Bathroom scales are divided into grams and kilograms, and they normally measure up to 150 kilograms. A bathroom scale can be analog or digital. Now, what is analog and what is digital? If you look at this is analog. If you look at the time on your screen, what is that? It's digital. Okay, if the numbers are actually showing like it is here, oh goodness, if it is like it is showing here on your screen, Alright, it is an analog. I will look for a better explanation of digital for you so that you can be up to speed with that basically. So, supermarkets and butcheries use a store scale to weigh fruit, vegetables, biltong, dry horse. Each product is allocated a price per kilogram. Sorry, I've just got feedback that the feed is good. So, supermarkets and butcheries use the store to weigh fruit and vegetables, biltong and dry horse. If you have ever bought something like meat, you will see that there's written, it will give the price big to you, and right below that it will say per, it's a line, and it will be 89 Rand per kilogram. Then you know you are paying 89 Rand per kilogram. They use this scale that is mentioned over here to find out what the mass is of the product that they are putting on there, which can be fruit, meat, and all sorts of things that they would like to weigh. Sometimes sweet shops, they weigh their food as well in they weigh their fruit, their sweets on there as well. So you will see it is allocated a per, usually that's per gram, it's 100 grams. So it will be 24.99 per gram. Okay, we have just connected a WhatsApp group for the kids to ask me questions, which is much easier because I can't find the comments on the YouTube channel. So we have quickly connected a channel. Thank you, Cairo, for that. I do appreciate it, and I do see the work in the background. It does help that we work together as a team. Now, not many of us have seen this scale. Okay, this is a scale that weighs much larger things. If you walk into a factory that ships boxes and things like that, you would see a scale like this. This usually weighs far greater masses or weights than the normal kitchen scale or even the bathroom scale. And as you see there, a vet also uses this. So veterinarians use a platform scale to weigh pets, while farmers weigh their cattle using the same kind of scale. It will all vary on the different types of application that you want for using this scale. A weighbridge is this over here. Now, I don't know if you've ever driven on a highway, you're driving on a long distance, and all of a sudden there's a police officer standing next to the side of the road, and they are directing the trucks to the off-ramp. That usually means that they are directing the truck to the weighbridge. This is an allocated weighing platform that the trucks go over to go and weigh to make sure that they are not overloaded. This is also used if you go to the dump sites or stuff like that. You have your vehicle. What happens is you drive into the facility, you stop, they weigh your vehicle to find out how heavy it is, to find out how much you need to pay for the rubbish that you have just dumped. So you go in, they weigh the entire vehicle with you inside of it. Then you offload your stuff, you throw your rubbish away, and on return they weigh the vehicle again to see what the difference is in mass of the entire vehicle. So you are still in the vehicle, so it does not change the actual weight. So what you've offloaded is what you would pay for on exiting the facility. Okay, before using them, scales must be calibrated to ensure that accurate readings are given. Before weighing an object, the scale must be placed on a level surface and it must show a reading of 0. Why is it important for a scale to be calibrated? Firstly, you do not want to charge your customers wrongly or inaccurately. And secondly, you as the customer, you don't want to pay extra for the items that you are buying. So in the same breath, if you go into your bathroom and you go and weigh yourself on the scale, if it is not set to 0 or not on a level surface, it's going to give you an inaccurate reading. And it could be that you are either 10 kgs overweight, or it could be that you are 10 kgs underweight, just depending on the actual weight of the scale. So next we go to volume. Okay, so are there any questions from here back? I'm going to give the kiddos some time quickly to send me a WhatsApp and let me know if there are any questions so far. Guys, I'm doing all the talking. I want you to ask me questions or just let me know that you understand what I have just told you. I think all of them are sleeping because they are not answering me. There is a slight delay in the video because it is a live video and not a pre-recorded video, so I will give it a couple of seconds as well. I will be doing some pre-recordings in the next week to come, covering things like fractions, decimals, and so on. So please don't, worry too much. That will be covered in a pre-recorded video, and then you can actually go and study that again. Whitney, thank you very much for your WhatsApp. It says not yet, ma'am. So I take it everybody is cool. I want to quickly speak to NK. NK, I think you need to go and have a chat with Uncle Cairo, just so that he can make sure that you are up to date with your assignments. Okay, so volume refers to the space that gas, liquid, or solid occupies. Liquids such as water, milk, oil, petrol are measured in milliliters, liters, and kiloliters. If you look just below, next to that, over here, the abbreviations are there. So it's milliliters, liters, and kiloliters. Do not confuse kiloliters and milliliters. Okay, if you look here, you can see the conversion. Solids such as sand, cement, and stone are measured in cubic millimeters. Okay, NK is not there. Not a problem, it's fine. Thank you for you guys being there anyway. So we were at solids such as sand, cement, and stone are measured in cubic millimeters, cubic centimeters, and cubic meters. Again, look at the abbreviation. Again, here are conversions. I want you to take this, okay, and write it in your books. Draw the table for yourself so that you know and have it when you are going to study. This is very important. You are going to have to use it. What is the difference here? Volume is measured in milliliters, liters, and kiloliters. Sorry, my mouse isn't working. That there is the volume in milliliters, liters, and kiloliters. This one here is the cubic table that you need to draw. So cubic millimeters, cubic centimeters, cubic meters, and cubic kilometers. This is very big. Okay, so I don't think you will come across this very easily, but those three you will most definitely come across. Okay, moving along. Measuring instruments. Okay, we all have used this before. If you haven't, you need to start baking and bake some of your tutors some cake or cupcakes or something, because you know we love our cupcakes. For the students that have hospitality, you should know exactly what this is. It is a measuring spoon. Okay, measuring spoons measure small units in milliliters. So again, it is important for you to know that 1 teaspoon is 5 milliliters and 1 tablespoon is 15 milliliters. In the exams, should they ask you this and there is no reference to a diagram saying that it is, 1 teaspoon is maybe 10 milliliters or something like that, this is what you use. 1 teaspoon equals 5 milliliters. 1 tablespoon Okay, Arathi has said she's not finished drawing her thing. I'm just going to finish explaining this, then I'll move back up. Have you drawn the other ones? If you, in your textbooks, Uncle Cairo has given you some of this to paste in. Those tables are in that information as well, so you can refer back to that. That is pasted in your books from term 1. But I will go back up and quickly give you 2 minutes or 3 minutes to quickly write that down. So this here, in the test, it could be given to you that they want you to convert it to something else. That is a reference table that they give you in the exam. You use the reference table if it's there. If it is not there, again, this is what you use. Okay? I'm quickly going to go back here, give Arathi some time to quickly write that. Okay, not a problem. Thank you, Lucas, for giving Arathi the book. But again, as I said, it is in the front of your books on a printed page that you had to paste in your book. Arathi, I know that I asked you to paste it in your book. I'm not sure if you have pasted it in your book, but the information would be there as well. Okay, now it's measuring cups. Usually the top ones, these spoons, are used to measure like the butter, the sugar, the oil, things that don't need a very large quantity. The measuring cups are things like if you need 3 or 4 cups of flour, or thank you, Arathi. I'm now very happy that your book is up to date. Well done. I'll come and check that as soon as I pop back to Richards Bay. So that is used to measure flour. If it says 2 cups of sugar, or even large quantities of butter. Sometimes a recipe asks for 1 cup of butter. If it asks for 1 cup of butter, stay away. You are going to get fat, but it's still nice, I know. So you use a measuring cups to measure bigger units in milliliters. So 1 cup is 250 milliliters. This information will never change. Alright? 1 cup equals to 250 milliliters. Now, there's a difference between a cup and a cup. Okay? Can you see the difference in size? If you use 1 cup, that is the larger cup, it's going to be wrong. So you need to find a cup. If you do not have the measuring cups, you have to find a normal mug that is 250 milliliters. Do not make the same mistake that I have made in my life. It says 1 cup, so I can just adjust the entire recipe to that size cup. It's a flop. Don't do it. So, measuring jugs, which is this one, measure liquids such as water, milk, or oil in milliliters. The most common capacity of measuring jugs is 1 liter. So, why is the capacity 1 liter? You don't generally need more than 1 liter. If you use milk, if you use water, if you use melted butter, you will never use more than 1 liter in a recipe, unless you are making the recipe for the whole town. I doubt that you will use more than 1 liter. So this is why it's 1 liter, as well as if you do not have a measuring cup, you can use this measuring jug in 250 milliliter segments, which is then equal to 1 cup, and 1 liter is equal to 4 cups. I hope this makes sense. You guys are so sweet. Your messages are very encouraging. A bucket measures liquids in liters. The most common capacity of a bucket is 5 liters or 10 liters. Sometimes you do get a 20 liter, but that becomes very hard to carry. So the general size of a bucket, if your dad asks you to go and fetch a bucket because he wants to wash the car, that bucket's capacity will generally be 5 liters. Okay, so that will not be used for the cooking process in your house, unless you are some old lady that wants her flour or her dough to rise for fed cooks. I doubt you will use that for baking. A wheelbarrow. I think we are all familiar with wheelbarrows. I think as children we were all pushing wheelbarrows and sometimes having some beautiful racing games in wheelbarrows. So a wheelbarrow is used to transport small loads during construction or garden work, or as friends you carry one another. There are different kinds and sizes of wheelbarrows that are for specific purposes and various situations. So yes, there are plastic wheelbarrows, there are metal wheelbarrows, and all of them have different applications. I'm not going to go into all of that too much, but there are different applications for that. Now we get to temperature. Temperature sometimes is very difficult to grasp and to understand, because if you look at temperature, I'm sure you've watched the news and weather service. They will say the minimum is 7 degrees and the maximum is 24 degrees Celsius, with mild cloud cover and a 50% possibility of rain. That is temperature. It's very intricate, but if they refer to temperature, they will give you a formula. This formula you have to know as you know yourself. Okay, this formula will be used in the examinations. Sometimes they give you the formula, other times they do not give you the formula. So in your studying, go and learn the formula. I will give that to you a little bit later. So temperature refers to how hot or cold it is. In South Africa, we measure temperature in degrees Celsius. Other countries like the USA measure temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. The higher the temperature, the warmer it is. The lower the temperature, the colder it is. Water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. We call it freezing point. If it is extremely cold and the temperature drops to below freezing point, the temperature is in a negative. So it will be -20 or -4 or 5. Remember Fahrenheit, the numbers are much larger, and I will show you how to calculate that in a bit. Okay, we use thermometers to measure temperature. Okay, this one here, a liquid in glass thermometer measures the temperature of the environment. The thermometer is divided into intervals and it contains mercury or alcohol. As the temperature rises or drops, the liquid moves up or down in the glass tube to show the temperature. A liquid in glass thermometer is an example of an analog thermometer. There are digital thermometers. The digital thermometer will be the one that you put in your mouth or under your arm when you go to the doctor. That is a digital thermometer. These are generally used inside a home, outside a home, to measure the temperature of a swimming pool. These type of thermometers are used because it is so accurate. Sorry, my mouse is playing around, so I'm trying. Here we go. I've just spoken about the one that you put in your mouth or under your arm. Sometimes they even use this one to do an internal temperature test, and this is then when they put it in your rear. A clinical thermometer looks like a normal thermometer. It is used to measure body temperature. Normal body temperature ranges between 36.5 and 37.5. We are all so accustomed to having our temperature taken when we get to school, when we walk into a shop, anywhere now because of COVID. Our temperature is taken. Sometimes you will see as soon as you go above 38, they will not allow you into a shop because then it is deemed that you have a temperature. So if it's anywhere between 36 and 36.5 and 37.5, you are in the safe zone and you can go in. Digital thermometers are quite common these days. Most definitely. Right, now when we have cooked, you will see on the actual stove itself, you will see this gauge over here. Alright, so when cooking in the oven or baking something, you turn the oven button to regulate the temperature. The number on this button shows degrees. Okay, in our country it will be degrees Celsius. In other countries, foreign countries, overseas countries, it will be degrees Fahrenheit. So be aware that when you purchase a stove, sometimes some of the other shops, we call it China shops, some of those would possibly have stoves that are degrees Fahrenheit. So just make sure when you are purchasing a stove that you are purchasing a degrees Celsius stove. Okay, now we are going to, remember I spoke about the weather chart? This is it. We've all watched news and we've all seen this, and we are confused as to what all of this means. Now, a weather chart indicates the minimum and the maximum temperatures for a specific area, normally a country. A weather report also provides information on cloud cover, wind, and rain forecast. Now, I quickly want Arathi, please can you tell me what the minimum temperature is for Johannesburg? I will give you some time to quickly check. And then, Wesley, I would like you to please check for me what, in your opinion, is the cloud cover for Cradock. For Cradock. It's a little bit of investigation on the map here. Quickly check that for me. So, Arathi, I want the minimum temperature of Johannesburg and the cloud cover from Wesley for Cradock. Arathi, no. I want the minimum temperature for Johannesburg. It's fine that you haven't got it right, Arathi. I'm just trying to understand if you guys understand the map. So try again for me and let me know what you think the minimum temperature is for Johannesburg. Okay, so I have asked for the minimum temperature of Johannesburg. Here is Johannesburg. Alright. 1222 is the temperatures of the specific area. 12 would be the minimum temperature. 22 will be the maximum temperature. So Arathi, the question that I asked you is, what is the minimum temperature of Johannesburg? The answer would have been 12. Okay, then Wesley, I asked you for Cradock. What is the cloud cover for Cradock? If you look at this little cloud over here, can we all see the cloud? Right, so the cloud is here. At the bottom there's reference here to what cloud cover means. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my mouse to work, but it's not working. Okay, so if your body temperature is below 6.5, then it means that your temperature is running low a little bit. Generally that is not. If you go into a shop, you will find that there's 35 degrees or above. It's very, very unlikely that you'll be under 35. If you're under 35, that is time to go and see a doctor. But from 35 to 36.5, don't stress too much about it. It's probably, there could be various reasons. It could be a hot day outside, you're sweating, the sweat is cooling you down, and it could be a measurement of the current temperature on your skin. Okay, and that is generally why they do internal checks where they put the thermometer in your mouth, so that they can get a true reading. This is just a very vague indication of what your temperature is. So getting back, I hope that answered your question, Whitney. So getting back to this, if you look at this here, this is a reference, okay, of the cloud cover. So if we go back to Cradock, you see that that cloud over there looks very similar to this one. Okay, Bewolk means cloudy. So this day the cloud cover for Cradock is cloudy. Okay, so you read the map, there's always reference. Here's Here's various references here as well. Sometimes it is the fire indicator. This here looks like, okay, there's no label on this one, so I cannot tell you what that is. It generally is rain as well that is forecasted over here. So would you guys like to try another one? I'm going to give you who's there? Lucas, please can you give me the maximum temperature of Ladysmith for this particular day? The maximum temperature of Ladysmith. And who else is there? Okay, Wesley, we're going to try you again. I don't know who's in class today, but what is the cloud cover for Uppington on this day? The cloud cover for Uppington on this day. I'm going to give you about 2 seconds to answer, then I'm going to go. Well done, Wes. Yes, it is sunny in Uppington. Okay, we're waiting for Lucas for the maximum temperature of Ladysmith. Anybody else can give me the answer as well. Yes, Lucas, it is 15 degrees Celsius. Now, if you look at... sorry, I'm looking on the bigger screen. I'm not being rude because I cannot see on the small one, so I'm looking on the bigger one. If you look at Durban for this day, it says the minimum temperature is 15 and the maximum is 17. What a blissful day. So the minimum is 15 and the maximum is 17. Generally, this means that there is going to be rain in the day. Why do I say that? Because the minimum and the maximum temperature are so close to one another. Okay, usually if it's around 2 to 3 degrees, you know that there's going to be rain. And that is not just for Durban, it is for any place in, actually everywhere. If the minimum and maximum is within 3 degrees of each other, you know that there's going to be rain. Right, now I want you to write down very big and very bold this square. This is very important. Remember, I told you the conversions, the formula is going to be there. There it is. This is very important in your exam. Okay, if they cover degrees Celsius and degrees Fahrenheit, you will get this question. Okay, make sure that you know the following formulas when converting from degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius and vice versa. So let me know when you have finished drawing this table. I hope there's no talking in class and you are actually drawing this table. Please remember, I told you that this is vitally important in your test. So make sure that you write it, you highlight it, you sleep with it, you keep this formula with you. In math literature, there aren't many formulas, but this is one of them that you need to know. Okay, let me know when you guys are done, please. We are going to do a couple of examples in a minute, as written below this table, so just let me know when you're done so we can quickly move forward to that. Arathi, thank you for letting me know. How's the rest of the class doing? Okay, Wes is done. Right, so now I'm going to take this away for a second, and I'm just quickly going to give you that. Okay, so we are going to convert 28 degrees Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, the first thing we do is we are looking for degrees Fahrenheit. So the formula is 1,8 multiplied by the degrees Celsius plus 32. Okay, so now we are going to put this information into the formula. Degrees Fahrenheit equals 1,8 multiplied by 28 degrees Celsius plus 32. Okay, now we take our calculator and we say 1.8 multiplied by 28 gives you 50.4 plus 32 and the answer 50.2 plus 32 gives us 82,4. And what is 82,4? What are we looking for? We are looking for degrees Fahrenheit. So 28 degrees Celsius is 82.4 degrees Fahrenheit. So you can write it as 28 degrees Celsius equals to 82,4 degrees Fahrenheit. Do we all understand that? This example is in your textbook. But you can write this down. Are we all there? Are we all understanding? Okay, I'm going to go to the next one. Okay, they have asked me, where did I get 1.8 from? Okay, if you look at the formula, Whitney, the formula gives you 1.8. Alright, so you want to convert degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. So that is the formula that you're going to use. And that is what I wrote over here. Alright? On this line. Degrees Fahrenheit equals to 1.8 multiplied by the degrees Celsius plus 32. Okay? So, degrees Fahrenheit equals 1.8, which is from the formula, multiplied by 28 degrees Celsius plus 32. So what we're doing is we're just putting the information that we didn't have, we are slotting it into the bracket to make the formula workable. Do you understand, Whitney? I'm going to do another one, but this time I'm going to convert degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. Okay, so I want 14 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. Okay, so what is the formula here? If you look over here, that is the formula, the one that I asked you to write in your book. So 14 degrees Fahrenheit equals 2 degrees Celsius. The formula is degrees Celsius equals degrees Fahrenheit minus 32, close the bracket, divided by 1,8. Okay, so I have the degree Fahrenheit information, so I am now going to put it into the bracket. 14 minus 32 divided by 1,8. Okay? All I'm doing is I'm taking the information that I have and I'm putting it into the formula in order to make a workable sum. So now I need to work this out. 14 minus 32 gives me minus 18 divided by 1,8. So you are going to get minus 10 degrees Celsius. So, who can tell me if that is worked out correctly? Do we all understand how to put the information into the bracket? This is simply just taking the information, using the formula that is available, and putting the information into it to get an answer. Always remember, it has asked to convert 14 degrees Celsius, degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. Okay, so we are looking for degrees Celsius, and the formula is degrees Fahrenheit minus 32, close the bracket, divide by 1.8. So the degrees Celsius, which we are looking for, equals to 14 minus 32. Do not make the mistake to flip this over. Okay, we have to work it out exactly like it is. So it's 14 minus 32 divided by 1.8. There is a bracket, so they are asking you to work that out first, get the answer, and then divide the answer by 1.8. So the answer here will be minus 10 degrees. Can you let me know if you understand? Are you all still writing down these two? Maybe I can put this one here. Put that one up a bit. Or do you have all the information already? Again, this will be in your textbook, so you can write it down from the textbook as well. Okay. Right. Now we have an activity. Thank you, Lucas, for answering me. I do appreciate it. I take it everybody else is still busy writing. Now we have the activity. Does everybody have the activity in front of them? Okay, now the question is, can everybody just let me know if we are all still on the same page? If I'm going to quickly, please let me know quickly. Anybody in class, please. Lucas, it seems like you're the only one that's there. What, where are everybody else? Okay, we are all here. The only one I haven't heard from is Wes. Wes, are you with us? Okay, so thank you, Wes. Okay, activity 24. It should be in your books and it should be uploaded on the cloud as well. You guys can download this and go for reference a bit later. But I'm going to go through the question for you so that you also know how to work it out. I'm sure you do. Okay. Lucas, what is Wesley not understanding? Please ask the question so that we can have the viewers as well as you guys understand. Wesley, you have indicated that you understand, but it seems that you are not quite understanding. So ask the question. It could help everybody that is watching this feed. Okay, we have somebody typing. So okay, I'm just waiting quickly for Wesley to ask his question so that I can quickly answer that for everybody. He's probably going to come with some quirky question like he... Okay, he says, I was a bit confused, ma'am, with where to place the degrees. Please remember, I'm going to bring the pages back quickly, alright, and just quickly go over it again so that everybody understands. This here, Wes, okay, is not something that you made up or something that you get the information from anybody. Okay, this information is mathematically worked out, and this is how we get the answer. Hold on for me a sec. Okay, I've just been told that we're all good and we're all on the same page. So, Wesley, if you need help, you can give me a WhatsApp call later or something, and I will help you with that. Okay, so now we are quickly going back to the activities. Can the class tell me if you have this in front of you open from the cloud, so that I know if I can leave you to do this until break and then we go on after break? Or do you want me to go over it with you? It says Shane wants to erect a fence of 3.2 meters by 2.3 meters around his swimming pool. The cost of the material is 45 Rand 99 per meter. How many meters of material does he need? How much will the material cost? Okay, so Shane wants to erect a fence of 3.2 meters by 2.3 meters. Okay, I've just been told that the class can do this, so I will so I'm going to leave you to do it, alright, and then come back to me after break with questions. We will start a new feed, or yes, come back to me after break with questions that you have with regards to this. I will give you and show you the answers to this as well. Okay, so go ahead, go on with this, and then we can take it from there. Please don't sit in class and make a noise. Do the work. You have about 40 minutes to finish this. This is actually too much time to finish this, but I'm going to give you enough time. Come back to me when we go live again at 10:15, and ask me questions that you don't understand. Please don't do this alone and leave yourself that you don't understand it. Carry on with the activity as you have it. It's on the cloud. Please, can someone just let me know if you have this open on your screens in front of you, or you can get to it so that you can quickly do this for me. Please let me know before I end this stream. There is quite a bit to do. You can work together as a group. Please make sure your answers are written in your book, marked activity 24, and then your answers below that. Please don't leave a gap. Answer all the questions. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will answer it. Nobody's getting back to me as to say if you can open this on the cloud. Lucas is typing. Thank you, Lucas. On what page, ma'am? It is on page 86. So it's 86 of the textbook, and it will be unit 5 on the cloud, which says measuring length, mass, etc. It is Unit 5, yes, Wesley. If you want to, I can. Perfect. Wesley, please share it with your friends or with the students in the class. Carry on with it, and let me know on this group when you are done. If it's before break, then obviously we'll go live again. If it's after break, we will see you at 10:15. Please don't be late after break. 10:15 I am starting, with or without you. Thank you guys. See you later when we are doing the revision of this activity. Okay, if you have any questions, again, write them down. When we go back online just now, you ask them to me again. Goodbye, see you